Guten Tag. Heute habe ich ein Rootbier, das deutschen Spirit ist. Ist das Rootbier lecker? Mal sehen. So, Editor, cue intro. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Brock and I review root beers, so you can call me Root Beer Brock. So today on this episode, we are reviewing a German-inspired root beer. This root beer is Sprecher Root Beer. So for those who don't know, ich spreche Deutsch. Ich lerne Deutsch Duolingo. I'm not the best, so bear with me. But I'm trying. I'm learning. Sprecher Root Beer was started in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Or for those T-Pain lovers out there, Wisconsin. And Sprecher was founded by a man named Randy Sprecher. Randy's love for brewing began in Europe. He was drafted into the army during the Vietnam War, but due to colorblindness, he was shipped out and was sent to work with a general in Augsburg, Germany. There, Randy fell in love with German beers. After his time in Augsburg, he returned to California where he grew up, and he started brewing German beers himself. In 1972, Randy decided to take this hobby and turn it to the next level. He applied to study fermentation science at UC Davis. Then Randy applied to establish a microbrewery. However, this was a concept the state of California didn't understand, and it left them completely baffled. So Randy was kind of down about this, but he didn't quit. He persevered. Randy went on to secure a post as supervisor of brewing operations at Pabst Milwaukee Brewery. So he packed up everything he owned into a Volkswagen van and went to Milwaukee. A Volkswagen van. Now that's pretty German. In 1984, Randy left Pabst and established Sprecher Brewing Company. In 1985, Randy opened the first location. Randy Sprecher hand-built all the brewery equipment by himself and with friends, which that's pretty cool that he hand built all that stuff, and that's including the original gas-fired brew kettle. In February of 2020, Randy Sprecher retired, having achieved his dreams. He wanted the company to stay in local hands, which is awesome. I support local businesses. If there's any local root beer out there, please shout out to me. I'd love to try your product. So I think it's awesome that Randy stayed in local hands. What makes the Sprecher root beer so unique is not only is it fire brewed, but it also has raw Wisconsin honey in it. So I have never tried a root beer with honey in it, so this is going to be really interesting. I love honey. I love bees. I love the Bee Movie. It's a good time, and I'm really excited to try this. So we're going to see how it tastes. So here on Sprecher's website, you can see that not only do they have regular root beer soda, but they also have maple root beer, which that one is really interesting. We will definitely have to try that one day. They have low-calorie root beer, which I've never tried low-calorie, so maybe we'll make an episode of that as well. And also, they have cream soda. They also have beer, as it was said. Which I don't know much about that. I stick to my roots. Anyways, so with this fire brewing and raw Wisconsin honey, on Sprecher's website, they claim that it makes Sprecher root beer the best tasting root beer in the United States. So they say their fire brewing packs a bold flavor, and they also got a bold claim with that. So we're going to see how accurate that bold claim is right there. That this is the best root beer in the United States. Let's break out the glass.
3 Gläser.
All right. We got the glass, which is actually, we don't even need the glass mug today because Sprecher has a nice glass bottle. So that is very nice. We get the zoom up. Yeah, look at that. Sprecher, fire brewed, as you see right there. Craft soda. There it is, made with honey. So, man, this looks really nice. I really like the presentation of this bottle. This is a really cool root beer bottle. So I'm really excited to try this. And before I do, I want to take a moment and thank a few of the people that helped me out with this video. I want to thank my Uncle Rance and my Aunt Becky, who bought this root beer for me and asked me if I ever tried it, and I said no. So they held one for me to come get and to try out. So thank you guys so much for that. And also I want to thank my friend Juliana, who is from Germany, who helped me out with a few of the grammatical checks of what I said in the intro, because I'm not that confident with German yet. And however, ich lerne Deutsch. I'm learning. But Duolingo hasn't taught me that much yet. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get fluent here in the next year or two. At the same time as learning German, as you can see on my shelf here, I got quite a few Japanese things. Which this says Yesu wa Odes, which means Jesus is king. My personal belief is Christianity, but I'm not going to judge you for whatever you believe. However, I just wanted to show that I also speak Japanese. Nihongo hanashimasu, which I'm still learning that as well. Comment down below if you are learning a language, because that would be awesome to hear. I think learning a language is such a cool thing. It's a cool thing to me because you also learn a bunch of cultural characteristics and just like a different way of life. And so it's a cool eye-opening thing to me. So I highly recommend learning a language if you're not already. So here we go. This one's going to be cool because it's a little cap. That's cap. Haha. All right. So we got the cap off, and so here we go. Sprecher Root Beer going in. Wow. That might be one of the most unique tasting root beers I've ever had. I can definitely taste the honey in there. The way the honey like sticks out is so interesting to me. Like, that is so cool how that sticks out. Wow. That's a cool blend, how that honey comes in there. So I like how it's like they got that German style of brewing. They got that fire brew, and it's very inspired by German. However, they combined a little bit of the Midwest in there, the U.S. in there, which is honey. Now, honey is a big part of the Midwest of the United States. Yeah, honey is a big part of the Midwest in the United States, so that is really good that is in there, and you can taste that. Let's go in again. Wow, that's such an interesting flavor. Now, it doesn't have that Old Man Cologne taste or smell to it, which is very nice to have. However, I don't know if I like the way the honey is in there, because for me, honey, when it goes down, it has like this sharpness to it, and it kind of like stings the back of your throat. It stings like a bee. uh, anyways, let's try this again. This is really interesting. I don't think I like the honey flavor in there. It's really interesting. It's really unique. However, it's just too much if I were to say so myself. Now, I like honey. I do. However, I don't like this much honey when it's mixed with other things. I think Sprecher mixes a little too much honey in there, unfortunately, for my liking. I mean, if you really like honey and you like it in a lot of things, this might be something you really enjoy. So, I'm not saying this is a bad root beer by any means. I'm just saying it's not for me. This root beer is probably one of the most unique and interesting root beers I've ever tried, because the taste is just something so unique. Like, I have not tried a root beer like this before. And also the story behind how this root beer got started is just phenomenal. I love that story. Randy Sprecher, a man who was drafted into Vietnam, however, because of his unfortunate disability and being colorblind, he ended up finding his true passion through that. So, like, I think that's such a cool thing that you can be moved by, while something might be unfortunate that happens to you, it can turn into your passion in a few years down the road. So what would I rate Sprecher Root Beer? So I'd say for me, the honey is too much, but I do like the uniqueness to it. However, the flavor for me is it's just not that appealing. So I think I'd rate this root beer a 7.9 out of 10. I think if there was a version that didn't have the honey in it, I think I might like it a lot more. However, I just love so much about this root beer. However, the flavor just ain't it for me. I love the presentation of it. I love the story behind it. It's a very unique story. However, this flavor is just not for me. So the last video I made, there's something I said at the end of the video. I said, put a root beer boot to that like button. And that sounded a lot cooler in my head than it did when it came out. So I deeply apologize to y'all's ears for hearing that terrible, poetic, I don't even know what to call it. It's a mess. It was just a failure of a line. So I'm no longer going to be saying that. I'm just going to stick to please hit the like button. As I go in for the final sip, I just want to say thank you for watching, and please hit that like button and subscribe, and please just turn on those notification bells, because you'll never miss a root beer Brock video if you do that. So here we go, final sip. And with that, I like to say, gute Arbeit, lass uns nach Hause gehen.
You thirsty, partner?